Alright guys, thanks for tuning in again. This is Redtail Ray back at it for more than 10 years now with unedited, for the most part, cell phone videos on things I find interesting. One of my most popular videos is the backyard garden she shed. And I'll look up and post what date that went out, but many years ago I built this she shed, and you can go look at that video, as well as the same weekend I built that climbing wall with the tree house for the kiddos. Anyways, good old she shed no longer has screen on it, and the roof panels I just took off this afternoon in preparation for a multi-part video I'm going to stitch into one. But we definitely had some hailstorms and masking tape or packaging tape. You can see some of the holes through some of those guys lined up. Masking tape just doesn't hold a seal. You can see the staining as well. A lot of the screws that I used didn't hold a seal very well. Also noticed that some of the 2x4s I added after for support weren't really doing that hot, and this front board is a little rotten. So I took all the panels off, I pressure washed everything, and I'm going to paint all this, put some new panels on the roof, and I might rescreen it again as well, because the bugs actually, however many years ago I made that video, the bugs are actually really bad this year, where I've made some do-it-yourself mosquito traps like I've seen on YouTube, some 5-gallon buckets. But part of my problem is that even though I used green treated or pressure treated lumber for the holes that were already in the dog kennel and cemented those in place and then did everything after, is I didn't use and I didn't stain like I always wanted to the base or the platform for the roof for the she shed, and we definitely got some sagging. That's why I put this 4x4 on the ladder, just to kind of help that. That's going to get addressed too. So gotta peel off some foam, pull out some more staples. I might even go as far as to knocking out all these stringers in between. They just weren't lined up very well. There's 1x4s in the front, 2x4s in the back. I might just leave it, just because if I remember correctly, you see how these just don't line up. It's always kind of been a pet peeve of mine. It's super amateur. These ones weren't too bad. Those ones are actually pretty good. And if I remember right though, I used some kind of Gorilla Glue permanent bond stuff, as well as the nail gun. So if I were to take the whole thing off, I might as well do it all over again and do it better with something. But for sure, I'm going to paint it a new roof, and we'll see about screen. Not sure. There's the neighbor with the lawnmower, so. To be continued. Keep you updated. This will all be one big video. Alright, so part 2. I did not go into too much video breakdown. I just wanted to make this a part 1 and part 2. So again, the plastic, corrugated polycarbonate plastic, was broken. And I saw a YouTube video from this guy using some Harbor Freight mesh tarp, and I just so happen to have a Harbor Freight relatively close to me, and an 8x16 fit the bill for a temporary solution until it's a little bit more in the budget to spend $200 just on plastic roof panels that might or might not be damaged by hail again. Anyways, did my best. I used the same paint for our shed, which is an onyx and a graphite gray for our shed, and for our chicken coop back there. Same colors. So the posts are gray. I'm not sure how well that's going to turn up on camera. Probably see it a little bit better over here. Posts are gray. The whole frame, the pergola, whatever you call it, is painted black or onyx from whatever leftover paint I had. Did miss a few spots, could definitely go over a second coat, but I was just done. And then I sanded down and stained these 2x4 stringer supporters, and took those off and ground down the old bolts and the old screws that were holding those in, and redid those. Cut them off with my new Ryobi Sawzall, and used my new impact driver from our Ryobi, and I got a whole Ryobi toolkit. It was just a super cool birthday gift. is a multi-tool Ryobi kit, and I've only ever had like a drill and other things. So this project would not have happened without that awesome birthday present from my good friend Uncle D. So again, yeah, this isn't going to be a cool rain room anymore where we could just sit out here in a light rain and be perfectly dry. But then again, we really couldn't earlier anymore because of the holes in the roof from the hail. So yeah, and all the roof is painted black. I use some Amazon boxes up top as kind of a shield, and then I use plastic, painter's plastic along the siding because I didn't want to get any overspray on the plastic. But yeah, I think they're on super sale right now too, and if you're a Harbor Freight Super Saver member, whatever you call it, they're even on better sale, and now you got a free plastic 5-gallon bucket, which I was not expecting. Yeah, I had some, I think 1 1/4 inch Spax, S-P-A-X, pretty big, heavy duty outdoor screws with a T30 bit and some washers. Got a whole pile of washers, and these stretch nicely, nice and snug. I've only got one bungee cord up back where it's kind of pulling it tight and kind of keeping that from waving too much in the wind, but I think it turned out really nice. Again, this is a temporary solution, but compared to what you just saw, being completely untreated wood and the way that it used to look, looked really nice when I first made that video years ago on the outdoor she shed, screen room, do-it-yourself, lean-to, screen porch, whatever. Hey, Mama. So this looks really nice. It matches the house. It's the same gray and same black, same as the shed, again, same as the chicken coop. Mac, what are you doing? So, I think that turned out nice. That's the end of that project, at least for now. And I'll keep you updated and posted, but I think that turned out really nice.